Good evening and welcome to tonight's news bulletin, coming to you live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman television. But first, the headlines. His Majesty the Sultan greets the President of Russia on his country's declaration of State Sovereignty Day and the President of Philippines on the occasion of his country's Independence Day. Construction has officially started on the Matrah Square project, the winning entry of the Bil Arab bin Haytham Architecture Design Award. New U.S. airstrikes on Iran and the U.S. President threatens more attacks tonight. The Lebanese president affirms his country's commitment to negotiations and calls for an end to the war, while Israel continues its raids on eastern and southern Lebanon. Good evening once again, and thank you for joining us. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq sent a cabal of greetings to His Excellency President Vladimir Putin of the Russian Federation on his country's declaration of State Sovereignty Day. His Majesty the Sultan sent a cabal of greetings to His Excellency President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. of the Republic of the Philippines on the occasion of his country's Independence Day. Construction has begun on the Matrah Square project's winner of Bil Arab bin Haytham Award for Architectural Design, designed to complement the city's other landmarks. Covering 7,500 square meters, the project features an iconic 25-meter bridge overlooking the sea and is designed to connect visitors with Matrah's key landmarks. Inspired by Oman's heritage, the square aims to enhance the experience of residents and tourists, particularly cruise ship visitors arriving through Port Sultan Qaboos, while showcasing the cultural and historical significance of Matrah. Petroleum Development Oman PDO concluded the second edition of its company hackathon, part of its digital transformation campaign, with wide participation from company employees, university students, job seekers, and innovators. The hackathon aimed to develop innovative digital solutions that support operational efficiency and contribute to the advancement of digital transformation and national development. The closing ceremony saw the announcement of the 3 winning teams after an intense competition among the participants. The selected projects will receive support and development opportunities to transform them into practical solutions that contribute to enhancing organizational performance and supporting the company's goals in innovation and digital transformation. Petroleum Development Oman PDO affirmed that the hackathon and its accompanying strategic partnership constitute a fundamental pillar for supporting sustainable innovation and enhancing cooperation with the technology and innovation ecosystem in the Sultanate of Oman, contributing to the development of advanced digital solutions that support the future of business and strengthen national development paths. In a move aimed at supporting the growing adoption of electric vehicles in the Sultanate of Oman, the Financial Services Authority has directed insurance companies to expand coverage EV owners. Here is a report on that.
The Financial Services Authority has issued a circular to all licensed insurance companies requiring them to provide insurance coverage for electric vehicles and meet a minimum underwriting threshold in line with the size of their motor insurance portfolios. The circular stipulates that electric vehicle policies must account for no less than 0.2% of each company's total portfolio, with December 31 set as a deadline for compliance. To monitor implementation and identify any challenges facing insurers, the authority has mandated the submission of monthly reports detailing underwriting rates, as well as the introduction of a dedicated classification for electric vehicles within companies' electronic systems and databases. The move comes as part of the authority's efforts to enhance confidence in the insurance sector, protect policyholders' rights, and ensure insurance services keep pace with the growing adoption of electric vehicles and the transition toward clean energy.
The Financial Services Authority has approved the prospectus for the initial public offering of the Oman Indian fertilizer company OMIFCO, paving the way for the sale of a stake in the company and its listing on the Muscat Stock Exchange. The offering represents 2% of OMIFCO's total share capital, valued at 260,585,625 Omani riyals. The subscription period for all investor categories will open on June 16th and continue until June 25th. 60% of the shares have been allocated to Category 1 investors, which include local, regional and international institutions. The subscriptions price for this category ranges between 146 and 156 basis per share. The remaining 40% has been allocated to Category 2 retail investors on a pro rata basis. This category is divided equally between large and small individual investors, with the subscription price fixed at 856 basis per share. Gulf news. Kuwait, Bahrain and Jordan intercepted attacks on their territories. The Kuwaiti Army General Staff announced that air defense systems intercepted hostile aerial targets according to established operational procedures. The Civil Aviation Authority also announced the reopening of Kuwaiti airspace after its temporary closure following the attack. Bahrain reported that an 11-year-old girl was injured by falling debris resulting from the interception and destruction of drones. Sirens sounded in several areas. Air defenses successfully intercepted a number of attacks. And on the other side, the Jordanian army confirmed that its air defense systems intercepted and shot down 20 missiles targeting the Azraq area in the Zarqa governorate. Tensions between the United States and Iran escalated for a second consecutive day, with renewed strikes reported across several Iranian locations. U.S. Central Command said that the latest operations targeted military surveillance systems, communications networks and air defense sites carried out by U.S. Air Force and Marine Corps units. Explosions were reported in Karg, Armin, Bandar Abbas, Minab and Qashm Island. Iran said at least 3 people were injured, calling the attacks a violation that has effectively undermined the ceasefire and warning of potential retaliation amid worsening security conditions. China urged Washington to respect regional stability, while Russia called on both sides to show restraint and return to talks, warning of broader global economic risks. Pakistan also appealed for a dialogue, saying it would continue its mediation efforts. With diplomatic pressure mounting, concerns are growing over the risk of further escalations in the region. Lebanese President Joseph Aoun affirmed that his country would not withdraw from negotiations despite the pressure, demanding an end to the state of war with Israel based on the withdrawal of the Israeli army and cessation of hostilities and the deployment of the Lebanese army. On the ground, Israeli forces continued their raids on eastern and southern Lebanon in ongoing violations of the ceasefire agreement. Lebanese sources reported that an Israeli drone targeted a house in Maqasid neighborhood of Nabatia, causing it to catch fire. Israeli artillery also shelled several Lebanese towns and villages in southern Lebanon. These coincided with the detection of rocket launches from Lebanon towards several residential areas in northern Israel. In response, Hezbollah stated that it targeted a gathering of Israeli soldiers and vehicles with missiles near the town of Deir Harfa in southern Lebanon. It also added that it intercepted an Israeli drone with surface-to-surface missiles in the Iqlim al-Tufah region. The office of the North Sharqiya Governorate held a media briefing yesterday in the Wilaya of Ibra, during which it unveiled the Governorate's 2025 achievements and outlined the next phase of growth across various sectors. More in this report.
More than 183 million Omani riyals in strategic investments are helping shape North Sharqiya's development landscape, according to figures presented during a media briefing in the Wilaya of Ibra. The Governorate outlined progress under the 10th five-year plan, highlighting major projects and performance indicators across a range of economic, social and service sectors.
What has been actually accomplished is a teamwork that can be really continued as excellence, and we are proud. All the budget has been executed just on time, and the project ongoing will be exceeded the time being set, and some project of course will be launched next year inshallah, and this is what we call it the one team work from all sectors.
Key achievements include continued progress on the Annama Hospital, major road and transport projects, industrial and residential developments, and the paving of 460 kilometers of internal roads across the Governorate. Investment in the agriculture, livestock and water sectors reached 109 million Omani riyals in 2025, while development projects continue across municipal and public service sectors.
We present the development in different sectors like the health, education, social and other things. We also talk about the economic and tourism development in the Governorate, which actually show a steady development. And we talk about tourism. We have seen also the increase in the people that have visited the Governorate in the festivals that took place in the last few years.
The briefing covered key performance indicators and investment opportunities that enhance the Governorate attractiveness as a destination for investment. The Governorate continues to move forward with confidence in strengthening decentralization and promoting sustainable economic diversification.
The briefing also highlighted positive economic and development indicators, with non-oil activities contributing 596.9 million Omani riyals to the local economy in the first half of 2025, representing growth of 4.6% compared to the same period a year earlier. With projects advancing across key sectors, North Sharqiya is steadily translating its development plans into tangible outcomes for communities, businesses, and future generations. Reporting from the Wilaya of Ibra, this is Salih bin Khalfan al-Rahbi, North Sharqiya Governorate.
Great work there, and as said, one teamwork from all sectors, as stated by the governor there. The Environment Authority in Musaddam Governorate organized a forum to discuss the relationships between the eco-tourism and compliance with relevant regulations, bringing together academics, experts and stakeholders. The forum discussed the role of environmental laws in supporting eco-tourism. It also highlighted the growth of tourism and the importance of preserving the Governorate's natural resources and to explore achieving a balance between development and sustainability. The event also aligned with Oman Vision 2040's goals of promoting sustainable development and environmental conservation. OTech, the technology arm of Omantel in partnership with the PwC Middle East, has concluded the first cohort of the National Cybersecurity Leadership Program. The initiative aims to develop 100 Omani cybersecurity leaders over a 2-year period, strengthening national capabilities to address evolving cyber threats and support secure digital transformation. The first cohort saw the graduation of 30 participants from government entities and key sectors across the Sultanate of Oman, following specialized training, executive learning experiences, and cyber attack simulation exercises. The program supports Oman's digital transformation agenda and contributes to the objectives of Oman Vision 2040 by enhancing cybersecurity readiness and building trust in the digital economy. Muscat Stock Exchange Index closed today at 7,634.39 points, marking a drop of 16.3 points or 0.21% compared to the last trading session, which closed at 7,650.67 points. More details coming up in this report.
Trading on the Muscat Stock Exchange remained relatively stable this week, with the benchmark index closing at 7,634 points at the end of the trading, down by less than 1% compared to the previous week. The total value of trading exceeded 191.4 million Omani Riyals, marking an increase of around 9% after more than 673 million shares were traded through nearly 42,000 transactions. The market capitalization of the Muscat Stock Exchange declined by more than 14% to approximately 36.657 billion Oman Riyals. Among sector indices, the financial sector recorded a slight gain, while the services and industrial sectors posted declines. Omani investors accounted for around 89% of both total purchases and sales during this week. Sahar International Bank was the most actively traded stock by volume, representing more than 25% of total shares traded, while Bank Muscat led in terms of trading value, accounting for 24% of the total.
This is the Sultanate of Oman Television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty the Sultan greets the President of Russia on his country's declaration of State Sovereignty Day, and the President of Philippines on the occasion of his country's Independence Day. Construction has officially started on the Matrah Square project, the winning entry of the Bil Arab bin Haytham Architecture Design Award. New U.S. airstrikes on Iran, and the U.S. President threatens more attacks tonight. And the Lebanese president affirms his country's commitment to negotiations and calls for an end to the war, while Israel continues its raids on eastern and southern Lebanon. And with that, we do conclude this news bulletin. Thank you for joining us, and good night.